Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Gaze101. Welcome to my BitChute and YouTube simulcast together at the same time. Today we're doing another video response for the third time now with the Burgerkrieg of YouTube. His title of his video, What Schizophrenia Feels Like, uploaded with December 18th, 2020, with about 2,036 views as of 4:53 p.m. of this recording. Now, it's a video response what I'm doing right now with Burgerkrieg. Burgerkrieg, how you doing? It's my third time talking to you in an indirect sense to your audience as well as to my audience as well. You might be hearing for the last few days why have I acted over my past 2-3 videos with all this mantra of paranoia and pessimism and stuff like that. And part of it, yeah, schizophrenia is a part of that in a sense. I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder officially and with an actual diagnosis back in October 2010. And my first hospitalization was back around June 2010. So first it was like psychosis, then they brought it down to acute bipolar disorder and shit like that and stuff like that of the case may be. It's just that I can't explain it. It's just that some things change when you are diagnosed, or at the time of the diagnosis, you actually went through a major change biologically or psychologically, at least that. But the psychologically evolves with your body and mind and spirit. So that changed also the dynamics of certain things as well. You're right about one thing is certain. We are scared of more people around us than they are with them, with me, or whatever, because I think of many things beyond pictures or beyond the broad spectrum of pictures, the picture of the situation, as being diagnosed with schizoaffective. And schizoaffective is basically with a depression state or a constant depression state of sorts with schizophrenia properties of sorts. So I used to say I hear voices at first, but it's from the TV or radio about like, oh, about Obama saying I know where you live and shit like that. Bullshit like that. Paranoia, because I researched one too many books or one too many articles about the birth certificate situation or about the economic crisis of 2008, 2009. And put those two together, you hear about the New World Order agenda. So you figure, put the two together, or three together if you think about it, having all this mantra of a actual New World Order takeover. Like an actual global takeover, especially with the United States first, and then other countries will lead on with the domination or the domino effect things that matter. So what to do, right? You act out. You actually be bombastic. You be very outspoken. You see the world the way it will be within a few years. You tell the truth, and if you try to put it out there in your workspaces or anything professional, whatever, it affects your finances, it affects your demeanor to others, and even if it's the email of a flyer or email of a recording telling people to wake up, or not wake up per se, but to tell the truth about what's going on with this country. Oh, sure, I'm not the only one with the design or the plan or the agenda or the thoughts and ideas about what's going on in this country. But it's a bigger picture that I came across with over time, and personally myself as me, Charles, that's my name by the way, and me being Dr. Games101, aka Dr. Oviedo. But the point is that, guys, is that schizophrenia is iffy, but you manage to stay alive, you manage to stay content, you have a good posture, a good drawback of your emotions. But then all of a sudden by 2016, when I took myself on medication for a year, that's when I started literally seeing hearing things without no other auditory catalysts. So that's without medication, of course. After a few months, your body tends to go through an unfiltered state where everything is unfiltered, everything is changing around you. You see these skyscrapers acting different, or you see not skyscrapers. What's that? Like my apartment complex, for example. Back in 2016 of August or July, I go in and out of my apartment to get some snacks or to go for a walk or whatever. And every time I go outside, I see different scaffoldings and different structures and stuff like that. Some is built, some of them are not, some of them are incomplete, some of them are complete, depending upon when of time of day. And on the same day, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That's just that one example of what I went through. So, what am I trying to say from this example, or expect response to Burgerkrieg? Uh, he's telling the truth. You know, I cannot really fathom it anymore than I could to you guys. Now, personally, there are problems in the world. And I see it from a broader perspective, no matter what my case may be as a mentally ill person or diagnosed with mentally ill disorder or disease, what we want to call it. Because, let's face it, guys, here in the United States, the dollar sucks. The dollar is not what you think it is for the last 10, 15 years now. I mean, Peter Schiff, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Farber, Gerald Celente, these economists and trends forecasters, or Gerald Celente is a trends forecaster, Peter Schiff is an economist, Mark Farber is an economist. These people are explaining what will the economy be like in the next few years. Now, there's the Federal Reserve, the World Bank, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund Society, what we want to call them. They're the ones who control the status of the economy throughout not only the United States but also the world. So this is not just some conspiracy theory. This is on record. You can look this up on worldbank.com if there's such thing as that website anymore, or you can look it up on Wikipedia. For all I know, Wikipedia has so much truth. You have to literally research this at a library, in person, with a computer, books, tablet, maybe a tablet. I'm not sure, but in today's research world, you're better off just reading books. And if you can't find actual books of the prints like that, Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper, or perhaps Power Hungry by Mark Bryce, I think his name is, or Dryce or something like that. So these are books that I've been reading for how many years prior to 2010 when I lost my job from all that bullshit of losing. It affects you because you used to promise yourself, okay, I'm not going to lose this job, but you lose the job anyway. I mean, when people have to lose everything and have nothing left to lose, they lose it. When you lose your girlfriend, when you lose your job, when you lose your status, when you lose your respect from others, and you try to show that apologetic format to others, like, okay, I'm sorry if I'm acting the way I'm acting, but hey, this is me. Just because I'm black doesn't mean I'm stupid. Just because I'm overweight doesn't mean I'm lazy. Just because the fact that I have schizophrenia or schizoaffective or any other mental disease doesn't mean I'm going to be a mass shooter, be like Elliot Rodgers, or some fucking Osama bin Laden. I don't know. Like, you understand, guys? Like, this is not some simple, task to deal with on a daily basis. You have to every day conceal the moment or conceal the truth of the matter from others, so that way you won't cause no panic, or as in my perspective. But people already know what's going on in this world. Why should I put myself out there like I used to when I was younger, back 10 years ago? So now I'm dealt with a bad hand now with having this disease. Sure, not every job or every employer will know about it, but the universe is always talking to you guys. The universe is always telling you what's up. And if you put something out there, it's going to come right back at you. I don't care who's your employer from the past. They will find out about who you are on YouTube or Facebook or MySpace or any other website that you put yourself out there for any political reason or political might, or just talk about the news, whatever. Because, hey, I could be a possible leader for a certain part of the country, or the whole country, or take over the country as a potential speaking sort of way, because of my might, or because I'm developing this might, a political might, whatever. But it goes with the paranoia, because now you know who is really watching me on YouTube, who is really seeing my stuff on YouTube. Is it the FBI? Is it the CIA? Is it just your regular Joe Schmo that want to kill you because he's speaking the truth from like down the street or somewhere in West Virginia? I mean, hell, in Kentucky, some kid telling him like he's gonna kill me and shit like that, and he's just 14 years old, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, kid. You're not part of the big dogs on Xbox Live, or the big dogs in general throughout the world, because there's always guys when they kill each other and when they name each other and take over resources and power and things from others. Now, for the last how many decades now, it has been like that because most of the people who were brought up a certain way in this generation, or at least the last 20 years now of the generation, has been emasculated, or at least has been like demoralized, destructuralized. They don't have no feeling or no purpose or no nothing, no might, no purpose of none whatsoever. None of that sort. All they do is just distorted, it's just severely suppressed. They're not interested in revolution or not interested in change or interested to be an activist or advocate. That type of stuff. So I understand not everyone's going to be an advocate, not everyone's going to be an activist. But my goodness gracious, let's hold up on the schizophrenia for once. This country is in turmoil overall speaking, and as the economy as a whole. All those $25 trillion unfunded liabilities, all those trillions in debt, 20 trillion are we up to right now here in the United States. So this is not some, conspiracy theory or something I made up my mind as a schizophrenic. Just, like, come on, guys, this is simple. If you can't read, for some strange reason, these books I mentioned, or whatever newspapers, that means you have no critical thinking, or never thought about developing your critical thinking skills. And you're supposed to learn this while in high school and college, or at least in middle school. At least they're supposed to teach you how to do critical thinking, or at least develop that critical thinking within you, and then put that into your own style of thinking, your own style of what's like in this world. Because I should be able to see, people should be able to see what I see. That's how I feel right now. But that's not happening, and maybe never will happen, because we all have different thoughts and feelings. We all went through different experiences. We all went through different situations, traumas, dramas, you name it. So it's like, it is what it is, right? So guys, just keep this in mind. Keep Burgerkrieg's situation, or Burgerkrieg's video in mind about the schizophrenia people. We are not some mass shooter, mom's basement, video game playing for like 10, 20, 30 hours in like one shot, one sit-in, or 70 hours. Fuck, some people that I'm hearing. We're not those, most of us are not like that. And if you meet them, like Elliot Rogers, Jared Loeffner, those guys, I don't know what their situation was. They were never diagnosed with mental illness up until the minute, or not the minute, the time that they were doing the incident of killing people. That's when they were diagnosed. But before then, there were just your regular people who had stress, who can't find a girl, who can't find a job, who can't find a decent job. And even if you find that job that's $12 an hour or $15 an hour, can you still pay your bills? Can you still pay to start your own family? Can you pay for your wife, your children, your future wife and children? If you have wife and children, or will get wife and children with this income that you earn from, no matter where the income comes from. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Please thumbs up, subscribe, and share, and donate to my Patreon, DrGames101. Thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for watching this video as well. I might be doing a recording on Medal of Honor sometime on Christmas Day. I'm not sure. But that might be the day after, on Sunday, December 26th or December 27th. Depends on my schedule. Because my aunt and I want to cook, for Christmas, obviously. So, alright, guys. Thanks, Burgerkrieg, for this opportunity to speak about my mind and to express myself about this schizophrenia, or we as people of schizophrenia, if you are part of this schizophrenia as well. And have a nice day, guys. Bye.